exactly what it looks like. Because you can't have it both ways. You can't say that we the knockers found here and then say, oh, that's not us. Those Cherokees not us. And then claim every other part of indigenous culture. Like, nah, you know that's us, man. You know these meetings going down to tribe up and, you know, the vibration of, you know, backing out the battle right, you know, right in the fourth quarter, man. So yeah, they couldn't have taken root without our help, but specifically, you know what I'm saying, without the help of the Confederate tribes that were Confederate Psalms 83 against you and me. I'm going to pick it up from right here. It says, as Edmund Morgan has shown with regard to Roanoke, Roanoke, in the 1580s. Wing Gina, the local chief, welcomed the visitors. All right, so we got a local chief named Wing Gina, Wingina. Wing, huh? And the Indians gave freely of their supplies to the English, who had lost most of their own when the Tiger, Tyger, their ship grounded. By the time the colonists, the invaders, keep saying colonists, pilgrims and colonists. Nah, man, this is an invasion 101. It was too late to plant corn, and they seemed to have been helpless when it came to living off the land. They did not know the herbs and roots and berries of the country. They could not or would not catch fish in any quantity because they did not know how to make weirs, weirs. And when the Indians showed them, they were slow learners. So it's like training animals, huh? Okay. They were unable even to repair those that the Indians made for them, nor did they show any disposition for agriculture. Harriet admired the yields that the Indians got in growing maize and corn. But the English, the lack of seed, lack of skill, or lack of will, grew nothing for themselves. Man. So look, man. I don't want you to overlook the fact that these people did not know how to do anything, right? If you were to drop these indigenous people off, let's say, in Africa or in Scotland, even with the soil is different and they had to relearn, you know what I'm saying, you know, certain things about the planting seasons and stuff, but they at least knew how to do it. All you got to do is just kind of, you know, show them the ropes a little bit and they'll be good, right? These people, even after they had people teaching them, still couldn't figure it out, man. And the agriculture wouldn't even grow for them. Or why wouldn't even sprout that seed for them, my nigga? I want you to think about what kind of people these are. Who is coming over here that can't do nothing for themselves like little animals? They walk around tall and proud today. They put the suits on. They got all these monies. How'd they get all that, right? And we know right now already about the swarthy Europeans. So we ain't just talking about, you know, so-called white people, right? We're talking about people that looking like us, man. It's all happening, right? So they grew nothing for themselves even when the new planting season came around. Again, superior English technology appeared, for the moment at least, to be no technology at all, as far as food production was concerned. All right, that's a quote, man, from Edmund S. Morgan. from the 1580s. That English technology appeared to be no technology at all. Who are these people, right? Now, okay, if we're talking the English, and Benjamin Franklin is saying that the English are the principal body of whites, all right? English and the Saxons, according to the observations of mankind, 1751. So these English that make up the principal body of whites, right, that are very small in number, have no technology at all, can't plant nothing, can't figure it out, especially as far as food production was concerned. Now it says, indeed, Morgan later notes, quote, the Indians could have done the English and simply by deserting them. They did not desert them. However, in that act, they sealed their fate. Yeah, between that and the treaties. So either it was our generosity or the treaties, right? Or the, the backstabbing and the brother on brother war, right? The same was true throughout the Americas. The cultural traits and the material achievements of the native people were turned against them once the European invasion began. Indian openness and generosity were met with European stealth and greed. Ritualized Indian warfare, in which few people died in battle, was met with the European belief in devastating holy war. Vast stores of grain and other food supplies that Indian peoples had lain aside became the fuel that drove the Indians forward. And in that drive, they traveled quickly as they could not otherwise have done on native trails and roadways from the northeast and northwest coast to the dizzying heights of the Andes in Peru. Some who have written on these matters, such as one historian who recently has shown how the Spanish conquest of Mexico was literally fed by the agricultural abundance of the Aztecs. Okay. Now, by now, you should be able to, combine all your great recon, from the Forbidden Histories and start connecting these Toltecs and Sylvanus Toltexes and, why do they have such ingenuity, right? Why do these Aztecs go so deep? Because they go way back to this American empire of Kalalus that's all connected with Jerusalem right here, man. You know what I'm saying? The house of David right here, the land of Prester John, Antioch, Quivera, the Regnum right here. Everything's here. So, that's not us making shit up, right? They tell us Atlantis is over here, right? So, you got to sort this Atlantis frequency out. That becomes the more and more frequency because Atlantis was at war with Mu. So when they try to act like, oh, we're the Moor, so we're the Muin and we're the Atlantean, you can't have it all, man. It just don't work that way. You can't have all of America and all of Africa for those particular Confederate tribes. Like, that shit, like, where they do that at, man? You gonna claim both sides of every war? If you're rocking with Atlantis and you're moving with permission from the Pharaoh, then that's what you're doing, man. Alright? If you're rocking with the sun god, if you're rocking with Estebanico, child of the sun, that's what you're doing, man. See, we keep the code around here, man. And the code that we spiral up with goes back to the same principles that they was rocking with on Mu. But even that, there's always some breakdown in the code and it has to be reestablished. And this time around, we want to do it. We want to do it for good, man. We want to do it forever. So Hawaii's been very patient with these slow learning, Nagas. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to be slow learning. We're still trying to, figure out that rocking with the hijack just never has worked for you, man. You preserve the hijack, and to this day, you preserve the hijack. To this day, the hijack is preserved because of Nagas, man. Let that sink in. Because we don't have no leadership, no leader, because we don't got no discipline, because we ain't got no unity. They can do whatever they want with us. We're just divided. Our biggest, strongest men are on the football field, or basketball court, or baseball field, soccer field, like what, So they're busy making money and being millionaires, right? Everyone's distracted. The army is over here for Israel. You know what I'm saying? Our scientists are working for their companies. Our most creative minds are writing TV shows pushed by their agendas and their images. Our best leaders are being hijacked into leading us right to destruction. You see how important it is to observe the code. None of these religions are giving us the code, man. They brushing it over, acting like they got a new code. New Test got a new code. Oh, that's done away with. We got a new code. Man. Allah, wow. Let's get a little more of this, man. I'm popping off with you, man. Some who have written on these matters, such as the historians who have recently, has shown how the Spanish conquest, remember swarthy Spaniards, right? Swarthy King Charles, Roman Emperor. Spanish conquest of Mexico was literally fed by the abundance, the agricultural abundance that the Aztecs had created. Have commented on the irony of native achievements being turned against itself. Native achievement being turned against ourselves. Our technology turned against ourselves. Our intelligence turned against ourselves, my dog. Man. Perhaps the greatest and most tragic irony of all, however, was that the extraordinary good health of the native people, man. Hey, man, this is for the dismount, man. So why, oh why, are black people the face of the tenderoni? They found you in an extraordinary good health. You've been plagued with viruses and common colds and flus, and you've been plagued with the bubonic plague. You've been plagued with Black Death plague. You've been plagued smallpox, with measles, with mumps, panaga. You've been plagued with the tenderoni. Have they stopped dumping viruses on you? Have you looked up lately? Have you stared in the sky, man? You see all that stuff, man? You see all that white stuff all over the place, that crisscross applesauce, man? That should be enough to piss you off, man. To say, how can I get out of this? I can't control those jets. I don't know what to call. I feel helpless. Anaga, keep the code. Collapse the wave pattern. X marks the spot. We will create reality, man. That's what we're supposed to. We are masters, man.